Good morning, everyone. Good morning. I'm a short-term missionary, Jamie, from South Korea. So today I want to share my testimony shortly. Uh, Actually, before I came here, my father got sick 2 years ago. So my father diagnosed cerebral infection. Do you know cerebral infection? That disease blocks the brain blood. So that time my father couldn't see everything, and then my father couldn't talk to me anything. If he want to talk to me, but he cannot. So actually my father's job is farmer. Farmer has to be like strength, right? But that time my father couldn't. My father have to stop all things, his job. So that time my heart was difficult because my father suddenly got sick. And then also my father diagnosed diabetes and a heart problem. So that time in my side, if I saw him, I thought that my father nearby dead, so he will die soon. I thought that. But that time I received some word of God. The part that touched my heart the most is the Isaiah chapter 41 verse 10. That part is, I uphold you with my righteous right hand. God already told me, Jamie, don't worry. I already uphold your father with my righteous right hand. And then actually that time my father didn't receive salvation. That's why I always worry about that. If my father died, then he cannot go to the heaven, right? So I always worry about that. But God already promised to me, don't worry, I already give your father salvation. So you just believe that, then your father really receives salvation. So that time, after I accepting word of God, the Isaiah chapter 41 verse 10, from that time, surprisingly, my father getting better from his disease. That's why actually he had to receive big surgery. Actually, he had to open his head, but through God's help, my father didn't receive surgery, just got a medicine and then healed from his disease. So when I saw him, actually first time I thought my father will die soon, but through God's help, my father really healed from his disease. That's why I want to testify how God lead my family. That's why I came here. But after I came here, I prepared big event we called Christmas Cantata. I prepared Christmas Cantata in Sacramento. But that time, suddenly I heard then my mom news. Before I came here, my father sick, right? But my father already healed from his disease. But after I came here, from my younger brother, he told me, mom got a blood cancer. So that time my heart was difficult again because that time I thought that, God, why you gave me these difficult circumstances again? And then I thought that God doesn't like me. That's why God allowed this situation to me. I thought that, but that time I could have fellowship with my pastor. Pastor said, you should just pray to God. We cannot do everything. God changed your parents. So just believe that, then God really help your family. So I received the word of God, word of God, and then after 1 month, from I heard my mom news after 1 month, my mom really getting better. So the doctor said, I cannot find the blood cancer to your body. So Actually, my mom received salvation, but she didn't living for the gospel and for God. That's why I think, that's why God allowed to my mom these difficult circumstances. From that time, my mom could change little by little and day by day. So my mom starting living for the gospel and then living for the God. So that time, I could saw my through my parents, God really love me. That's why God allowed this situation to my family. So after I change in my heart, so surprisingly, everything gonna change, and then until now. Actually, as you know, my father didn't receive salvation, but from last week, I had a phone call to my parents. That time, I try to preach the gospel to my parents continually, but last Thursday, my father received salvation. That's why at that time I told to him, Father, I don't want to say to you, come to the church, but I just want to believe God. Uh, that time, my father said, yes, daughter, I believe that the important thing is faith, just to believe to God, right? I believe that. I already become righteous, he said. So I didn't do everything. Just God helped my family, and then God lead my parents. So when I saw that, God really, I could felt God really love me, and then God really want to lead my family, right? So that time, from that time, I could change my heart, and then until now, God lead my parents continually. So I'm so happy, and then I want to testify how God lead my parents, and then how God lead me. So I want to tell you something. God, not only my family, God already uphold you guys with His righteous right hand, and then God already give you salvation, right? So I'm so happy after I came here, and then thank you.
Hello, everyone. My name is Julie. I'm also overseas volunteer from South Korea. Actually, my father is pastor in Korea. So, and then my father is strict. So because my father's job, I often moved and changed schools a lot. And then when I asked my father if there was something that I want to buy or do, my father his answer always was no, no, ever. So I really envious of my friend who friends with their father, and then my father and I relationship was not good, and I'm university student in South Korea, but even becoming an adult, my curfew is 9 p.m. 9 p.m. So, but last year, I started to live alone on my own, for various reasons. So I was able to decide to everything for the first time. So I went out to play with my friend when I want to, and when it was not to eat, I ate when I want to, and I live really, myself. And then it was, it was very nice time to me, and then I was really happy, and I was sure I'm free to do whatever I want. But as time passed, I got tired of this life because I did everything what I want. So, and then my life pattern was broken, and then my night and day changed. So, and then after I hang out with my friend and came back home, I could feel like empty. So that's why I came to America for volunteer in here. So when I came here, I had to do something that I didn't want to do it, and then like burdensome thing. So actually, we prepared the Korean camp. That time, I was in charge of the intermediate Korean class teacher. So, oh my God, it was so burdensome to me. And then I hate like standing in front of the people and teach in English. So it really burdensome to me, but at the end, I did the class. So, but surprisingly, many students came to me and they said, "Oh, thank you for teaching me. Thank you for the class." And then it was a really nice class. So at the time, I really, really thankful and then I really happy. But I could feel like the different happiness. This is like, I overcome the burdensome, and then I could feel I grow up. So when I live in Korea, I thought that the father who allows me everything is good father. But after I came here and then during the volunteer work, I realized, the father wants to teach me the self-control and then how to control the desire. So after came here, I could meet my father's heart, and then through this volunteer work and the mind education, I realized and I know that how the condition of happiness, the true condition of happiness. So I really thank for the volunteer, the program, and also my father. And I really hope for how God will work for me and for our volunteers. So I wanna testify this something. Thank you.